So at this moment, Will, and Phil, you've already been through it, and I've been through it, but I'm gonna ask Will first. How are you transitioning from being with your wife all the time to facing the transition of being by yourself? What
Ooh.
was your process?
Um, the process for me is that I'm more of a positive and I'm a affirmation type of person where um I keep it more positive in my life. So the transition from being with someone to actually being by myself, I looked within and say it's a healing process for me. I went through something tragic, losing my lady, but also I lost myself in the process. So I lost two or three things in the game. You know what I'm saying? Not just my lady. I lost some things within myself. So the transition from being with the family to being by myself is sort of tough, but I'm doing it. And I've always been a fighter and I'm a trooper. You know what I mean? So right now, I got my first ever apartment that I've ever had by myself. In my 20s, I never got a chance to venture out and say, yo, I got me a place. Y'all come through and fall through my spot. I never had that. I had to get a place for me and my lady. I had to get a place for me, my lady, and my child. You know what I'm saying? So I never had that opportunity. Now I'm in a spot where this is my serenity. I walk in, my incense burning, it's quiet, I'm serene. I'm like, and I just stop sometime and pause. I step at the door and just pause, like, damn, this is all me. You know what I'm saying? I'm concerned with just me right now. So that transition is a big transition, but the mental shit that I was going through is so needed for me. I don't know how other people think, but for me, I needed this. Even though I had a little bit of peace at my home with my lady, hey, she gave me my space. I had my basement, I had my game system, I had my turntable, my radio station. She gave me my space, but it just wasn't enough because I was missing something in the process. So now I'm in a space where it's mine. I can do as I want, when I want, how I want. I ain't gotta ask nobody. I ain't gotta talk to nobody. I ain't gotta be concerned with anybody else's feelings right now because when you're in a marriage, you gotta be very considerate of everything that you do. Oh, if I do this, how would this affect her? How would this affect my household? You have to be very conscious of that. So you
Mm-hmm.
find yourself really thinking about that. Like, damn, if I do this, it's gonna affect down the road this way. I'm at a place right now. I don't care who it affects. You know what? Because it affects me more so than anything. Because now I'm at my peace.
Yeah.
I was walking around my drawers. I ain't gonna lie. Feet up in the air, cold beer in hand, like listening to jazz, like didn't care.
Yeah.
Thinking about some things that I need to do. I got to do some stuff for work. I got to do some stuff, get prepared for this. I'm gonna go biking after this podcast. I'm thinking about different things, but it's I still have my moments. The transition has been difficult. I have my moments. Like I said earlier, I was talking about off camera. I had an emotional period in my day to day. He said, "Man, how you doing?" I said, "Man, I'm having an emotional day today. I'm thinking about my wife, my ex-wife. I miss her. I miss the camaraderie. I miss the energy and the stuff." And I had a moment where I sort of cried a little bit because it's like, man, this is tough. I'm going through the grief. I didn't
Yeah.
know that it was going to be as tough as this is. You know what I'm saying? Because you've been with somebody so long. So
Mm-hmm.
me and Chat GTP became very cool. You know what I'm saying? Because I have a moment where I journal, but this particular time I may just talking to Chat GTP say, "Hey, this is how I'm feeling," and I may go, "Well, today is a tough day. I'm feeling sort of down because I knew miss my wife and I miss what I had with my wife. But you know what? I'm strong. I'm benevolent, so I know I can get through it, but it's just gonna take a little bit of time." And I'm talking to Chat GTP saying this, so
Right.
then it breaks it down like, well, Will, you what you're saying is very profound. You're going through something where you're grieving. You're missing the love of your wife, but you're sort of transitioning into where it is something that you need to do for you. And I'm like, whoa, this is
Yeah.
something unique. You know what I'm saying? So as you say, Rod, how was the transition? Very difficult at times, but I enjoyed my peace, my serenity of just having something for me. So I'm doing the work to heal. And I pray that she's doing the work to heal as well. And I know I affected a lot of people when all this happened. And I'm not taking the blame on this because she divorced me.
Right.
uh, but I know with the situation, it affected a lot of people because we were very loved by an enormous amount of people. So it's a very shocking situation to say they was together since they was teenagers. They doing the what? They getting divorced? Oh my God, what's going on? What happened? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It really ain't nobody's business. A lot happened, but
Yeah.
but the transition from being in that to where I'm at right now, I can say that I'm happy because I was not happy for a long time within myself. And now I can say very strongly that I am happy. I deserve happiness, and happiness is upon me. I couldn't say that before. So I'm in a different place right now, bro. No hate
Sweet.
on my lady. I know no hate on her because she's no longer my lady. No hate on her because, like I said, what we had was very good and strong. We communicated to a point where we thought we was gonna always be together, but something fell apart within that dynamic. What it is, I really can't really pinpoint right now, and I really don't want to pinpoint it. All I know is that I was broken, so I take a lot of the blame on what was. Again, us men taking that full blame on stuff. So I took the accountability, and that's where I'm at right now. But I'm in a good place. I'm in a good
Okay.
place. I really can say that, and I'm happy. And it took my mom just last week telling me. She said, "This version of you, I like him."
That's what's
That
up.
motherfucker you was with, you was a her. He was an arrogant bastard. I'm
Yeah.
like, I was arrogant. Said, oh, you was arrogant as fuck. But this guy right
Yeah.
now, I like him. He's full of. He's very confident, very knowing, very kind, and she was just breaking this shit down. I'm like, yo, you see all of that? She said, oh yeah, I see it. I see the change in you. So whatever it is that you're doing to change, keep changing because it's working for you. I was like, oh my. So that was a profound moment for me to see my mom say that. And then other people have told me as well. Like, I see a change in you, bro. I see a change for the better. I don't know what it is, but I like it. I'm like, oh,
Sweet.
okay. Well, thank you
Sweet.
so much. I'm putting in the work. I'm doing the work in the background.
That's
So
dope. That's
that
dope.
that that's my transition of it, right?
All
Till
right, Phil.
Wow. No, I
Well,
mean, Will, man, just thank you, bro. Like real
yeah,
talk, man.
being transparent.
Yeah, yeah, that's what this is about. That's what this whole podcast is really about, man. Like, no need for us to get over here and be pump faking and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we too old for that. You know what I'm saying? So, I see it, Will, honestly, like from the first time, and not saying that you like, looking bad or anything else like that, looking down, but I mean, I can just tell from just your growth and just looking at you. I mean, your beard game is tight, brother. You're looking fly. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You just you look you look healthy. You know what I'm saying? You look like a man who is like, I'm taking this process and I'm finding me. You feel me?
yes,
Like, and honestly, man, this may, I don't know if it's just me, and I don't think it's just me from this point. I think it's all of us from this way. Like as men, you can see that in other men. Like
yes,
you really can, man. You really can, right? You know what I'm saying? You see when other brothers have been like whether you know them or not, it's a way that they move, and you looking like, man, that brother, if I could have a conversation with that brother got a story. You see what I'm saying? To
Yeah.
tell. You know what I'm saying? From this
don't
point,
mean
you
to
can,
cut you off, Phil.
I mean, you
I
ain't cutting
just
me off.
lost my mentor. He said those exact words. Will, you have a story, bro. I've seen you. We just buried him Sunday, man. I
Man,
just got back around with him, and he was like, bro, I see your growth. I see for you to be going through what you're going through, bro. You are doing this very dynamically,
yeah.
and other men need to hear this. You have a story to tell, bro.
You
So
know
tell
what?
your
You know
story,
what about the
Will.
story
And
though?
you just what you say, bro?
You know what about the story? Every man has a story to tell. a lot of men think there's not enough ears out here to hear their voice
Yeah.
because we
Yeah.
we suffer in silence so much.
Yeah, and I think that's what he was grooming me for before he transitioned. He was telling me, "I got some. We gonna work together, Will. I need you." And I said, "Well, use me, brother," because he's a very good speaker. And I said, "Well, use me. I'm here to be used." He said, I'm gonna take you up on that." You know what I'm saying? So what you just said triggered that to me. That's why I was like, "Yo, he just said that to me." So finish your point, man. I just had to chime in real quick, Phil.
No, 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 man. It's a conversation. It's not necessarily, a storytelling aspect. I love the conversation with this. Like, so when every time, man, you brothers reach out, I try my best to jump on it, man, because it's simply that. It's simply the fact that we need this. And let me just say, I want to thank both of you guys for creating this platform, man, for real, honestly, because we just need more men to have these type of conversations. You know what I'm saying? Like we do. Like more men need to have this conversation because I was telling a friend of mine the other day, I was like, man, what is it about? I get irritated with some of these people that you see. Like, I'm not on a bunch of platforms and streaming on social media. I mean, I'm on Instagram from this point, but I never post anything. I'm just on there. You know what I'm saying? I just see some of the stories, see stuff like this. But the thing that irritated me the most, and I was like, what is it about some of these motherfuckers that just irritate me straight up? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, and I'm being honest about it. I'm
Yeah,
like, damn, just, and particularly as a therapist, you're like, damn. And then I realized what it is. I'm like, oh shit, they're young, right? They're young and they think that they have this mentality telling people like, oh, well, this is this, and you need this from this. Well, let me tell you how to do this, sister. What you got to do with a man if he's doing this. And it's like, well, that's not everybody's story. You see what I'm saying? Every
Yeah.
man ain't the same. You can't put a man in a box. I can't put this woman in a box this way. Like, so you got to get to know the individual person, and everybody's come with their shit. Everybody come with their life history. Everybody come with their stuff, right? And so to not veer too far off of it, but to go to the question that Sharar was saying, you know, it's grief, bro.
yeah,
Period. I had to go through my grieving process of my divorce, and the shit sucked ass. It was
maybe.
fucked up.
Yeah.
It's a hard ass fucking time because everything that I was identifying with was now gone. You
Mm,
know, everything that I said that I wanted to be as a man on this planet, on this earth, to be a good father, to be a good husband, to be a good provider, to take care of my family and do all these type of things was all now gone. Right. So who am I? Like, so I'm searching for that aspect of it. I'm trying to be this person, but everything that I wanted to be now is no longer there. So there's a grief that comes with that. And nobody prepared me for that. Right? Like
right.
how do you prepare for that? You cannot prepare for grief this way. It's impossible. You
Yeah.
can't do it. You can't, right? You know what I'm saying? You can't. Um, so it was hard, man. I went through my depression. I'll be honest about that. I went through depression, man. I went through I necessarily not through anxiety too much, but knowing and recognizing like, oh yeah, this is depression, and you go through those stages of depression. Went through some anger, went through some sadness, went through some emotional pain from this
Yeah,
period
man.
of time. And it's like the song from that girl, Solange. Tried to work my way through it. I tried
Oh,
to,
that
what I'm
cranes in the
saying,
sky.
yeah,
Trains
yeah,
to the sky.
playing in the
Yeah,
sky,
yeah,
right,
yeah.
right. You try to do all those things, man. I try to fuck my way through it. I try to, pray my way through it,
Yeah,
meditate my way through everything from this point. And if I'm being honest, all those things were needed, right? Because I'm
yeah,
looking for a place to put this pain and this hurt, you know what I mean?
yeah.
And I'm facing it, but I'm also facing it with some things that probably wasn't so healthy. I'm glad that I didn't get high during that time. Like
Right.
I'm not a person who is with addiction from this point in time. But you think about it, I got the moments and times that, what I'm saying, like, shit, man, I just need to. I mean, I smoked weed when I was younger. I'm like, nigga, this is what my man, man, nigga, I just need to blow something in the air right now, something, nigga, just to not be focused on that part. But you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you're searching. But it's okay when people talk about that because that's honest, you
Yeah.
know. So it was difficult, man. My process with it was simply just that. It was a process. So it's easy for me to jump to it and say, here's where I'm at now, right? But I had to look at now, like for me to get there now, I can't not tell you the truth about how hard it was for me to get there.
There you go.
But very much so, bro, when I went through it and I look back on it, it's not even saying like my parents was a martyrs or my ex-wife was a martyr. However, it pushed me to grow, to learn more about Philip and
There
who
you
is
go.
Philip, right? So then I
Yeah.
was able to walk in other relationships because, and I still trying to figure out that process. So you walk into other relationships, I knew what I didn't want. That's easy to
Mhm.
tell. I'll tell you in a
Yeah.
minute. Like, I don't want no motherfucker to be nagging me. I don't want this shit. I don't want that. But I really couldn't tell you for some years, man, what the fuck I really wanted.
Yeah.
Like what I really wanted, like what I really wanted in a woman. You know what I'm saying? And now I can simply tell you without a doubt of what I need. I need a woman who's going to be very nurturing to me. That's important to me. Like I need that nurturing woman. You know what I'm saying? That woman who's going to see me, conversation with me, protect me from this way in time that I can feel safe with. That safe, mature, nurturing is what I need in a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, it's that little touch. Like, damn, baby, you know what I'm saying? I want to always ask, like, she come here, baby, let me rub your back for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Let me just rub your feet for. That's important to me. You see what I'm saying? Like from
No.
that. Now, the next man, that may not be what he needs from that
Yeah.
point. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So I had to grow and understand that part, and my divorce kind of taught me that as I started dating other women, everything just didn't go right all the time because I still was trying to figure me out. Like damn, I was in this part of like, am I even worthy to be in a
Yeah.
relationship?
For sure.
You know what
For
I'm saying?
sure.
And I'm like, damn, man, who's the common denominator in this shit? Like, so when something didn't work out in the next relationship I got in, and I'm like, I'm gonna do this better now. I'm gonna be this guy, be more attentive. I'm gonna do this because I want to do that, and it worked out great. But with this other person, it was just like, we were going through trying to find roles and gender roles and shit like that. But you understand, like, it made me feel good. Like, she doesn't know this, but she was a catalyst for me to be like, you know what? Like, I realized, like, I am a good motherfucker. I am
Yeah.
a good guy, bro. Damn, because I was questioning myself, like, am I
Yeah.
really a good dude, man? Like, damn, I lost my kids, man. I lost my wife. And I was really questioning myself, man. Like,
Yeah.
am I as solid as I think I am, man? You feel me? You see what I'm saying?
That
And
self-doubt is a motherfucker, boy. Woo.
man, but I'm gonna tell you, bro, I'm glad you said that, Will, because I don't know whatever anybody else got. I can only speak for Philip. But man, bro, my spirituality through everything, bro. Man, just God just brought me through, man, and just having those conversations, man, of prayer and meditation, bro. And God gave me these skill sets to put this energy, like to get to the gym, man. The gym wasn't just about a physical thing no more, man. I needed that from a emotional, psychological place. And like you said, I would have moments, man. I'd be in the gym, bro. I'd be over in the corner, man. I'd go over in the corner, do some shoulders over in the corner, like crying though. You see what I'm saying? I'm sweating, but niggas don't realize I'm crying too. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
Yeah.
damn,
Yeah.
yeah, man. But you need those things. I needed, you know, I committed to Buddhism, man, back in the
Yeah.
day, some
Okay.
years, and I was telling you about that. And just being able to look at things differently and sit down, man, and just sit and breathe and be thankful for breath. Like
Yeah,
that
man.
I can breathe, mean I'm alive, bro. And so those are principles I want to teach that I try to teach to my kids now because I had to go through it. It's like if I can spare you, give you these skill sets that's gonna make you better, and you got to find your stuff, man. For me, working out for me and running and all, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man, you got to grow. You got to grow. So yeah, so that's for me, Sherrod. That was it, Will. For both of y'all, man. Is that So I feel what you've gone through, but it's like you just said, man, you're gonna have your moments, and when you need to cry, you cry. Yeah, ain't
Yeah.
that, you know what I'm
Bruh.
saying?
Yeah. Rod
Man, let
said
me
this
tell
shit to me. He said, man, go have your moment, Will. Have your
Have
moment,
your
Will.
moment,
I
man,
man.
said,
let it out, man.
Out, man. Yep.
yeah,
And you
man.
know what people don't understand, and I hate that some of us grew up with that mindset. Men don't cry, men don't cry, men don't
Yeah.
cry.
Yeah.
No, 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 no. Men don't cry about everything.
Right.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
You know what I'm saying? It's Man, if that shit hurt deep enough, man, cry. Men don't cry about everything, and we don't cry all day about it. Get it
Yeah.
out. Get it out your system. Cause hey, my mom's passing, man, and it's been it's going on 10 months.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
man, every now and again,
Yes, sir.
by myself in the crib, I break down. And it's like, man, I miss having that woman getting on my nerves, man. I miss her asking me, what am I cooking and all this. I miss that, man. I would love to have those moments back. And when you go through a person's things and you start seeing stuff that you didn't know, like, man, I wish I could have her back now knowing what I know. And, have those moments. When you gotta cry, let it out. Every young man is just like, bruh, find you some men to be around
Yeah.
that will steer you in the right direction. If you got a man out there that's supposed to be the big homie, the OG, and he leading you to these streets, that's the wrong nigga to be
Wrong
following.
example, man.
That's a
For
nigga.
sure.
You want
That's
to
a
get
nigga.
around black men.
Yes,
Fact.
sir.
That part.
That
You know what
That
I'm
part
part
right
saying?
right
there,
there.
bro.
That part right
So
there.
I want this platform, I want young men to hear this and understand. Hey man, hit these comment sections. You got questions? Hit these comment sections because I'm gonna
Yeah.
try to answer them back. And if I can't answer them, I'll shoot it to Will. I'll shoot it to Phil. Yo, answer these questions. I want these young men to know that your voice does not fall on, deaf tone ears. We're gonna hear it, and we're gonna give you, if you ready to hear the answers, we
Yeah.
got something for you.
Some
You
people
know,
don't are not ready for it.
and
Yeah. Yeah. I
and
agree.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
No, no, I just said I agree. Go ahead. I said I agree.
No, so and for me, those the transition for me, it was different from you guys is because you actually were in marriages that
That last,
y'all wanted to
Yeah.
be in. And
yeah.
but the transition was weird for me, man, because it's like, man, not seeing my kids on a regular basis bothered the hell out of me. Waking up in the morning, my son, my daughters, and it's just being able to kick it with them. Not having to ask for permission to see my kids or waiting for a scheduled time to see my children. I wake up, they there, you know, and it's like that right there. And I'm gonna put it to you this way too. For me anyway, once sex is removed, you get that moment of clarity on what that
Yes, sir.
relationship really was.
Yeah.
And once I got over that part, I started realizing, nah, bruh,
Yes, they
that
did.
was not good for you, bruh. And and like you, Will, I had people tell you, bruh, you're a different dude now. You're different. And when my divorce and everything started happening, I got married. When I met her and got married, I was drinking. Tried to stop drinking, but I allowed this marriage and the ups and downs of it to take me back into drinking.
Yeah. Yeah.
And soon as I got divorced, man, or was it was just I was slowing it down, but still,
Did
man,
your
once I
thing.
stopped, once I divorced, done with the bottle, cold turkey. In the last 20 years, I can tell you on one hand how many times I've drunk something, and it's been like almost 17, 15 years I ain't have anything, right?
Wow. Congratulations, bro.
Congratulations,
Appreciate
bro.
that. And
For
it was
sure.
just, man, it was the spirituality. My spirituality. You went to Buddhism, man. I started searching for what answered my questions. So I got into Hermetic philosophy, and I got into, all those things like that,
Yeah.
man. And I walked away from church, right?
As did
Because
I.
it was like people was trying to tell me, well, just pray to God, just pray to God. I was like, you know what? I prayed to the person or the concept that you had given me. I prayed that, and I watched the homie die. I watched it, and I started going through all these things. But then when I got into spirituality, it started explaining this stuff to me.
Yeah.
It started. Oh, okay, and that's gonna have to be a podcast. We talk about, man, because I
And I'm
think
into
these young guys.
metaphysicology. I think I said it right. Metaphysicology. I'm saying it all messed up, but y'all know what the hell I'm talking
We're
about.
talking about,
Yeah,
yeah,
man, we talk about
metaphysics.
the
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
metaphysics. You
metaphysical
know,
side
yeah,
of things,
yeah.
yeah.
and and it just I don't regret marriage. I used
Mm-mm.
to, but when I learned from the spiritual side of things, bruh, that was a lesson. Every situation is a lesson to learn from. Don't regret learning, and it's
Yeah,
also growth. And
yeah.
so it's like, man, now when I talk to young men now, look, bruh, you don't get married because you have a child. Okay, you made that mistake. Don't do it again. you know, but when you marry somebody or get into a long-term relationship, because you know, I have these ongoing debates about marriage. What is marriage? You know, how important is it? You know, someone asked me, you know, well, I asked someone, what's the difference between a long-term relationship that's straight up commitment to marriage? And when I say now, the thing is, we're going to take away the legalities and religion. Now, what is it?
That's it. Boom,
Oh, it's
boom.
the marriage. Straight up.
Yeah,
That's it.
You
That's
know,
it.
because I believe I don't care. I don't care about titles.
Come on.
I care about treatment. So my
boom.
lady don't have to be my wife in order for me to give her everything I got.
Come
It's
on.
just, yo, she got my back. That's all I need to know. She got my back. So that transition for me was not quite like you guys's, because y'all actually want to be in it. For
Yeah,
me, it was
understood.
just that battle that I went through with my kids, man. That was the most, I guess, the most hurt and most pain that I had been through was man. I got to fight to be what others claim that I don't want to be. I'm trying to
Yeah.
be the father to my children. Why I got to go through this fight? So
Man, you said that perfectly, Sherrod. Like
Yeah.
I fight for that point of what to be, what everybody's claimed that I want to be, that I should that I want to be. Yeah, I think that's the part that for me, the same thing like you, that the divorce hurts the most, but it's the part that comes with my with the children. That I think that's not discussed enough about how much men really do love their children. Like I mean, really do. Like that identity of being a father was equally as
oh man,
important to me as being a husband. You see what I'm saying? It was like, I
yep,
mean, being a good father, man, like, bro, I pride myself on that. You know what I'm saying? Like you just said, it was so hard of that moment of not to wake up and be like, it ain't the big shit, it's the little shit. Like you said, just waking up, and my son got something to say and show me, and my daughter got this and she like this.
man.
And it's you know, the day-to-day operation of everyday life of that part, when that's taken away from you, you like, you lost and you upset and you angry. And then it's like, and you know, this just lets you know, like we said, we could talk about this in much more detail, but this is just where how men and women are just wired differently. Like we are, like our brain chemistry. And I think we need to talk about that more in our society,
Yep.
because women can hold on to that stuff and be vindictive for life, right? For life, and be like, you will never see these children. And you know, from this point, it's like, whoa, my, like, you know, not see what the damage that's doing to them. And women are some of the people that's like, I'll burn everything down just to look at, like somebody said before, just to feel the heat. It's like,
Yep.
damn, you know. And at some point, I think a lot of men, and maybe I'm giving men not enough credit, too much credit. I'm biased because I am a man. I think the men look at that and be like, yeah, I probably would want to do that. But I can also see how everything being burnt down is not fair to everybody. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? At least you come in from that perspective. Like, you know, you do some shit and be like, then you walk away from and be like, damn, I probably went a little bit too far on that. You know what I'm saying? Or such and such. I don't think a lot of women have that thing in them to be like, yeah, I kind of went a little bit too far on that. Because they're like, no, well, fuck it. He deserved it. Nigga, such and
And
such, such.
then they got all of the support behind
Yeah.
them, telling them,
Yeah, right. Yeah, tell them that way. And I think those women who don't have men in their lives to say, hey, listen, baby, you know, you can be mad, you can be upset,
Mm-hmm.
but there's a place to put that emotion. Like the divorce has nothing to do with the children. They're two
Yeah.
separate things. Because friend of the court would like for you to believe that. They would try to tell you that. Well, one has nothing to do with the other. But y'all handle them the same way. You see what I'm saying? It's like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, here's a divorce, and then got a friend of the court over here. Now I got to fight for custody from this point and fight for all the rest of it, which most men don't even have an issue with. Like, I don't have an issue paying the money because I'm just gonna take care of my kids anyway. I was gonna do that anyway.
Yeah.
It's the other shit that you outside of it. It's like, okay, we splitting up these days, split this time. And the courts will just tell you, look, man, y'all can handle that on your own. That's where maturity comes in at. It's like, look, how do we handle this, man? We can sit down, look, we're not together anymore, but you know, I want them during this time, you want them during this time. And we can discuss all the other stuff and we can determine how that look. But everybody's so hurt, and
Hmm.
sometimes it needs some time. Like if anybody just goes down in front of the court, like when you walk down there, it is not a happy place. Like you feel that
No,
energy.
bro, it's a bunch of
You feel
bad
that energy
energy.
from the door. You feel that energy, man, from the moment you walk in. It consumes you. You're like, damn, this shit is thick. Everybody's mad.
Mm.
Everybody's angry down there. Nobody's down there happy.
Yep.
And I'm like, damn, how can you walk into and work in a situation like this every day that you're dealing with the same type of stuff? Because I
Wow.
said in the court, you sit in the court sometimes, you hear other cases, you're like, damn, that's kind of fucked up. You know what I'm saying? To the point that when I used to have my cases, I used to just go sit in the hallway, man, until they called my name in there because some of the shit they was fighting over, I'm like, I shouldn't have privilege to this shit. I shouldn't
Right.
even know what's
Right.
going on in y'all. I don't even want to know what's going on in your relationship. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
You feel me? So growth, man, is just, I'm gonna say this, man. Spirituality and growth is just something that you cannot eliminate. And like you said, Will, I agree with what you said. I hope and wish the best for her as well too, that she finds that as well too. However, she's no longer my priority, right? My priority is Philip now, and
Yeah.
I need to understand Philip.
Hey,
And
say that
now
to
it's
him again. Say that she is not your priority.
yeah, she's no longer your priority, man. She's no longer, and as much as because it's gonna take some time to get through
Yeah,
that part. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? From
yeah.
this, because you love her and you pray for her, and you want the best for her. However, you got to want the best for you first and foremost. You know what I'm
And
saying?
that's why I
Because
said it out loud. And that's
yeah,
why I said it on this platform because it resonates and means so much to actually say it
yeah,
and understand it
Yep.
and be in it at that moment. Yeah, I love her, but she's no longer my priority. I
yeah.
am my priority. And it took a lot to say that, but I was able to say it. So like I say, this platform is very appreciative.
Yeah, man, this thing is dope, man. And you learn so much about you, like you just said, and you got your moments. We all gotta have our moments just throughout life, you know. And I don't know, maybe it comes from playing sports and that competitive part of it. And I'm just gonna
Mm-hmm.
keep it 100 on this platform. I just bring you all into my mentality towards some shit. It's like, motherfucker, you're not gonna break me.
For
You're not
real.
No.
Come on, say it again, Phil.
gonna break me. You know what I'm saying? You could try because I get it. It's like the goal is you want me to stand up on 8 Mile holding up a fucking sign saying I would work for food. Oh, you would never get that. You would
Never.
never get that, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You
Never.
would never get that. You know what I'm
As
saying?
long
Like
as
you
my
gonna break.
health is good, no,
As long as
no,
my health
And
no.
is good, no, you're not gonna break me. You know what I'm saying?
you see,
But
the way that I think, Phil,
yeah,
for every negative that is, I always find a positivity in that negative.
mhm.
Because it is there. You
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
gotta dissect it. So when that negative hit, what was the positive in that? What
It's
was
the
the effect of that negative
it's the
that,
principle of
that
duality.
resonates with me? Say again?
The
The
principle of
duality?
duality.
Yeah, no doubt.
There's a
No
good
doubt.
and bad for everything.
Yeah, yeah,
And and
for sure.
and and you just like Phil said earlier, it's okay to get mad. Get mad. But now when you get mad, you have to be able to step back, observe your anger because it's your reaction that's going to determine the fate of everything going
There you go.
forward. So it's like, okay, I'm mad. Like, hey, trust me, man. When I was denied the children, there was all type of crazy. And then plus I'm transitioning from out of the streets,
Yeah,
trying,
yeah, yeah.
and so it's like, I'm like, I know what I could do, and then I said, you know what? No, 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 no. Let me first of all get that out my heart.
Yeah, there you
You
go.
know,
There you
and
go.
once I start, once I like I said, once I start really, I got off into my martial arts real deep, and it was a spiritual art form. And
Yeah.
man, just getting off into that, and this little crazy dude, man, would say, we walk in, he say, just go hit the bag, man. Your energy ain't right. You bringing the wrong energy in. Hit that bag until it's gone.
Yes, sir.
You drenched in sweat, and then on your way out, he says, "Look at that. You don't even want to kick nobody ass because you done kicked your own ass."
Yeah, come on.
And so
Wow.
Yeah, man.
that's the thing. I want to be able to build something up for these young boys because I had anger growing up, and I know a lot of these young boys have anger. I want to put something together for these young boys to understand, bro. Anger is not bad. You could take that. You could take that fuel, that anger, use it as fuel to propel yourself to success, right?
Yeah.
That's what alchemy is, transmuting
Yeah.
one thing into something else.
Yes, sir.
And that's what I want this platform to do. I want to help these young boys rise and fly. I want to create, a safe space for them to come and just let loose
Yeah.
and whatever it may be, bro. Hey, talk about it. What's
Yeah.
on your heart because we got your back. And and you need a hug, bro. We give you a
Yeah.
hug, bro.
There you
You
go.
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It ain't nothing wrong with that, cause like you said, Will. Hey, sometimes you just need somebody to come on and tell you it's gonna be all right.
Yeah, for sure. You
Okay,
got this.
we long on time, so my last question. Last